So hello, all my viewers of what was formerly Thin Lizzy. So I'm here today to talk about my plans for this series moving forward and the direction I'm going to take in 2022, share some plans, some goals, and just how I'm going to approach those plans and goals. So first of all, I am changing the name of the series. I started it as a play on words on the band Thin Lizzy, but I feel like most people don't know who the band Thin Lizzy is anymore, so most people probably aren't getting the pun that Thin Lizzy was a play on Thin Lizzy. So I feel like I'm gonna change the title because I think, especially these days, using the word thin has a connotation that I don't necessarily want. It's not that I'm really trying to be thin as much as trying to be healthy and have a focus on wellness. So I feel like I'm gonna drop the pun. I think my Instagram account is still gonna stay Thin Lizzy because that's just the easiest name to keep for Instagram. If you guys even followed me on Instagram for that, I have a account that goes with this. I just don't think I promoted it much because I haven't really devoted that much time to it, but it is out there. I'll put a link down below if you guys want to follow that account. I am going to try to post some stuff on it here and there, and instead I'm going to change the name to something else. At the moment, the working name is just going to be My Wellness Journey, and then have a title afterwards. I might change that before this video goes up. So whatever is at the title of this video, that's the new name of the series. I'm still struggling to try to come up with something because it's very hard to come up with puns that go with Liz. Liz is not a name that's easy to come up with puns with, and I'm just not good at that. So I think I'm just gonna go with My Wellness Journey. I think it encompasses what I'm working toward. It's not necessarily 100% about weight loss. And I live in Florida now, so I can't do Fit for Florida because I'm in Florida full time. So fit in Florida, sure, but Fit for Florida, that ship has sailed. I'm already here. That said, if you watched my series last year, I am going to be changing a few things. In 2021, when I started the Thin Lizzy series, I was obviously working toward a very specific goal, and that was losing a certain amount of weight in order to fit into my wedding dress. So because of that, I had a very specific weight and measurement that I was trying to reach at a certain date. And so I was sharing my weight, I was sharing my measurements along the way because I had to reach that goal. And if you followed along, then you know that I didn't reach that goal. I got very close, but I did not make it. And that's a subject for another day. But this time around, I don't think I'm going to share the measurements or the weight every single week because it's less about trying to lose weight as quickly as possible and more about a full-on lifestyle change. And I think that's where I've gone wrong a lot of times in the past, is I'm trying to drop a certain amount of weight in a certain amount of time. And so I have to go very strict on everything. And then when I don't reach my goal, I get upset and I kind of lose sight of the overall goal and just get frustrated by the process. And it's like, why am I even trying? I fall off whatever plan I was on. So this time around, I do want to lose some weight, but I'm trying to be okay with it being very gradual so that it is a full-on lifestyle change. So I'm not doing keto, I'm not doing anything crazy. I just realized this makes my hair look super red, which I kind of like. So I'm not doing keto, I'm not doing any specific diet plan to start. I am just counting calories and tracking what I eat and exercising, because overall there's no magic answer to losing weight aside from diet and exercise. Those are the two things that you need in order to lose weight. You just have to find a diet that works for you and exercise that works for you. And the diet aspect can be very tough. I think this is a topic that'll come up in another video in the future when I spend more time talking about this, but there's no same diet that works for every single person, and there's no same calorie count that works for every single person. So that is a struggle with calorie counting because you can follow all the guidance and not be doing the proper calories for your body. So it's very tricky. It's not an easy thing. Anyone who tries to say that losing weight is easy, you must have great genetics, a great metabolism, and or extreme discipline, because it is not easy. It is work. It is a lot of work to lose weight. And so whenever anyone I know loses weight, I am so proud of them because I know how much work it takes. The reason why I'm removing the numbers is I don't think that it helped my mental state. I don't mind being an open book for you guys. I don't mind you knowing my numbers, but for me, it put a lot of added pressure on myself to reach numbers. And when I didn't reach numbers, then I got even more frustrated because I wanted to show you guys progress. And you guys saw how hard it was working. And when the scale and the numbers weren't changing, then I felt even worse because then I'm like, ugh, I don't even have any good news to share with the people watching my progress. And I know that's not what it's about, but that's the mental state I would go into. So I think instead, I'm going to just share milestones. So maybe every 5 pounds, or a big measurement change, or a non-scale victory. I'll share those items, but not the breakdown every single week, because that's just too much pressure on myself and feeling like I need to, especially when it's supposed to be a lifestyle change and not a rapid weight loss program. So removing that, however, most of it's coming back. There will still be the grocery hauls, will be in the wellness journey series. I will share what I'm eating. I've also started filming for this week, and I've been showing you what I've entered into my carb manager, because that's what I use to track what I'm eating. So I'm showing you the calorie breakdown and everything of what I'm eating so far. Don't know if I will stick with that in the future, but I'm testing it out so far. That's what I'm doing. I'll be sharing my workouts and what I'm doing with that. And of course, sharing my feels, what I'm going through, how I'm feeling about the process, how I'm feeling internally, if I'm feeling better, if I'm feeling worse, any struggles that I'm going through in that wellness journey, I will share with you guys in these videos. So a lot of you have said that you really enjoyed that series because it felt like having a buddy to work out with and to stay accountable and to keep motivated. And so I am happy to be able to share that with you guys, and you guys help keep me motivated and help me wanting to stay on track. So I think it's a win-win situation to keep them going for now, especially because we're staying home right now. It's wild out there and we don't have any plans for the foreseeable future to travel anywhere. So while the intent of my channel is weekly vlogs and then sharing travel when we go on travel, there's no travel planned right now. So I'm good to share this other aspect of my life that you guys enjoy joining me for. So that is the plan. I have some other ideas in mind for if I continue struggling, and this is all about, again, trying to make this a full-on lifestyle change and really try to get to the heart of why I can lose weight but can't maintain keeping it off. I have a complicated relationship with food, and being vulnerable about that and kind of sharing my whole life story is difficult. Like, I don't mind being vulnerable at times, but it's hard to edit that back. It's easier to be vulnerable in the moment. It's hard to watch that back and then edit it later and then feel the anxiety of pushing it onto the internet and letting people watch it. That part is tough. I'd like to be more open about my experiences and what I've been through and kind of my journey to get to this point, because I think part of having a full-on lifestyle change is kind of tackling some of those issues. And as part of that, I am considering, again, once the pandemic gets a little calmer, I'm considering consulting with a dietitian for the first time ever. So the difference between a nutritionist and a dietitian, from what I can gather on the internet, is that a nutritionist just deals with your food, your calories, your macros, getting you a balanced diet, while a dietitian works with the psychological aspect of food, food addiction, eating disorders, everything that encompasses food and diets and nutrition. So they also do nutrition, but they work on the psychological aspect as well. And I think I might need some of that. I think I might need a little psychological help to figure out what I need to be doing. I know at the very base that I was not blessed with good genetics, and I was not blessed with a good metabolism. I know those two things to be true. I would say that every single woman in my family, on my mom's side, because that's the family that I'm closest with, every single one of us struggles with weight. It's something that's built into our family culture, so I don't know if it's all just genetics and metabolism, but also family culture in there as well. But it is a systemic thing within our family. But it's something that I've grown up around. It's part of our family. Even though I'm not having kids, I'd like to try to break the cycle for myself and see if I can dig my way out of that. I know what I need to do, but I'm also very good at self-sabotage. That is something I'm looking into further down the road, and if I do go that route, then I will definitely take you guys along for that journey, and hence why I think I'm going to call this my wellness journey, because it is going to be a journey this year, and something that I'm really trying to focus on is my own personal, mental, and physical health, and trying to get to a place where even if I don't necessarily lose a ton of weight, and even if I'm not ever as thin as I would like to be, I am setting realistic goals. I have no desire to ever be like super thin. It's just not in my body type, and I'm fine with that. But I would like to be a healthy weight and feel like my body is at its best. And part of that process is going to be attacking the mental aspect of not being so negative on myself. And I'm sure a lot of you can relate with that, because I've said it before in videos. I am so positive about my friends. I think they're all gorgeous. Makeup, no makeup, hair done, hair crazy, no matter what weight they're at. I think that they're gorgeous human beings, and I don't give myself the same treatment. My mental voice is not the same about myself at all, and I'm very aware constantly of what others might be thinking about me. And so I'd really like to work on that and get to a place where that isn't the case. And I'm sure a lot of you can relate with that. That's one of those vulnerable moments that I feel like is going to be a pain in the booty to edit. But that's my plan for this series. Really getting in depth, sharing my journey, being real with you guys, and trying to become my best self and love that person that I become. I do love myself. Like I'm very confident when it comes to my personality. In general, I love myself. But if I'm being 100% honest, I'm pretty mean to myself when I look in the mirror. I'm pretty brutal to myself. And I want to change that. I want to be someone who can accept themselves no matter what. So I don't do resolutions, but that's what I'm working on for 2022. I hope you guys will join me for the journey, which is starting next week. So I'm already filming this week. It's gonna be the same as last year, where it's a week behind. So there's just no better way of doing it with a video coming out on Friday. I can't think of a better way to do it. So it is always gonna be a week behind. So I'm filming currently. I started on Tuesday, and you will see this week next Friday. So with that, I'm gonna sign off for this video, but I will see you guys at the beginning of my wellness journey next Friday. Bye.